go over a side plank. I'm going to go ahead and come to the floor. I always want to make sure my body is in one straight line. There's a couple different variations that you can do. We can start off on the knees. I'm going to go ahead and have my pad here. I'm going to do a elbow plank, side elbow plank. I'm going to come down, make sure my shoulders line up with my elbow. You can place your hands down to press and to brace, or you can do a fist if you would like. I'm going to make sure I'm bracing. Get my lower leg set up first, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and stack on the top. I want to make sure my hips aren't rotating too forward or rotating too far back. I want to make sure my chest is forward. If you need to, you can take your hand and place it on top of your wrist here. And just make sure you're keeping that chest open. I'm holding, and I'm also actively squeezing my glute and keeping my core on nice and tight. We brace. Expel all that air out. Once you feel comfortable, you can bring your hand up to the side to make sure you're keeping your chest open. Or you can bring your hand and place it on your hip to make sure you're keeping your chest and hip open. I'm actively squeezing my knees together, my glutes, and I'm holding. Holding. Quick breaths out to help brace and keep that core nice and engaged. And then bring those hips back down and get into the other side. So let's go ahead and go into a full plank, or full side plank, excuse me. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get set up, place my arm, make sure my shoulders lined up with my elbow here. I get my knee down, stack my knees together, but what I'm going to do now is bring one foot in the front and one foot in the back. So come down on my hips up, and then I'm going to go ahead and drive my hips up. Make sure I'm in a nice straight line from my shoulder all the way down to my toes. I'm actively driving my elbow in and keeping everything nice and lined up. And bringing short little breaths to help brace. Deep breath in through the diaphragm and out through the mouth to keep that core nice and engaged and tight. We don't want the hips to sag down. We want them to be in a nice straight line, and we don't want the hips to cave forward or cave too far back. That'll put a lot of tension on the lower back.